Welcome to Doncaster. It's a warm welcome to Doncaster as well today. This is going to be a really good match this afternoon. Doncaster against Toronto. It's a Doncaster side that really fancies their chances of promotion this year, but the likelihood is that they will have to prove themselves here today with a victory against the Toronto Wolfpack. Both sides travelling well, 3 wins out of 3. Something's got to give to those 100% records this afternoon. There was a party here yesterday to celebrate the promotion of the football team, the soccer team. Will there be a locals party here today, or will the Wolfpack prove to be party poopers? We shall see. Brian Noble with us in commentary as ever. What are you expecting here this afternoon?
Well, I think the start's massively important, not just for the Wolfpack, but for Doncaster. Any team that's going to want to knock the Wolfpack off are going to have to start the game really well. And I mean restarts, so tap restarts, get those right. Starts of sets, get those right. Set the tempo for your own team. Start the game well. If it goes to 18, 19, 20 minutes and you're still in the game, then the element of anxiety can come in, and that's what they'll be looking to do, Doncaster. Well,
the pitch here today is terrific, isn't it? It really is a good, solid, firm surface, and it's plenty of grass on there as well. There have been there's been some testers in the opening weeks of the season with all the rain we've had. Some muddy patches, Whitehaven and Siddle spring to mind, but this is a proper field here today and a chance for both sides. I say both sides. Gary Thornton there, the Doncaster coach, he'll be looking for his side to entertain here today, not just win but entertain as well.
It's interesting, he talked in his pre-match preamble, if that's the right expression. He talked about defence, and at the start of the year, bear in mind we're only 3 or 4 games into the league season, you've got to be able to bend your back, and what I mean by that, your defensive philosophy and your strategy has to be to restrict the number of points you're conceding, because he mentioned as well about his attack that will come. It will come in time. The Wolfpack attack really, really well and have been defending really, really well. In most instances, their defence has got them over their line.
So the two sides are out. Craig Hall leading out the Doncaster side. We saw Carl Keswick there, the hooker, the longest serving Doncaster player, leading out his side. Michaeli Azu coming through there as well. The Papua New Guinean international, he'll be off the bench today, but we will see plenty of him. Craig Hall. I think we'll see plenty of that as well today, taking sips of water as well. That's the way they're lining up Doncaster, with Carr at fullback, Doherty, Wellham, Tarley, another Papua New Guinean, and Sharif, the three-quarters. Howden and Cross are the halfbacks today. A front row of Castle, Keswick and Scott, Martin, Tonks and Thackeray. The very experienced Jamie Thackeray, 37 years of age, is binding them all together at loose forward. And on the bench, Ryan Wright, the hooker, Michaeli Azu, Geordie Hedges, he's an interesting character. The young Australian, will see him come on, and Russ Spears making up that 4-man bench for Doncaster. And for Toronto, familiar faces. QLT full-back, three-quarter line of Pownall, Worthington back from injury, Hall and Kay, Wallace and Jacks the halves, Moy, Bezic, Emmett the front row, Dixon, Laithwaite and Bussey in the back row. We're underway. Will be Toronto who get first touch of the ball here for this important opening set of 6. Brian Noble.
And a spiralling kickoff to try and restrict the meterage of the Wolfpack early on. Aiming up in numbers here. They'll want to get into the rhythm of this game, this Doncaster defence, and try and disrupt the Wolfpack attack.
Chance for Laithwaite to push forward. Goes down on that heavy, hard surface, 15 short of the halfway line, and Fui comes up with a bluey in the first moments of the game. It's a knock-on by Moy.
Well, a bit of pressure from Scott here. Laithwaite initially, this is a carry from Laithwaite in and amongst. Didn't miss Scott on that tackle as well. He's going to come out of there and put a bit of pressure on Moy on the next play as well, and results in the fumble. Round 1 to Doncaster.
Yeah. But there'll be plenty more rounds to come. This was the moment that gave us that knock-on, and we are now back in support with Doncaster in possession. Keswick in at dummy half. He had a man to his left. He's gone with Castle on his right-hand side. Another who's got loads of experience, Mark Castle, the ex-Wakefield Academy player. It is his 3rd spell here at the moment. Cross, who's playing in the halves today, more regularly a hooker, but drawing his side on. And here's Thackeray with a first run forward, but he's lost possession, and Toronto come up with important ball inside their own half.
There's the play for himself sometimes, Jamie Thackeray. If it comes off, it's unbelievable. But here we go, the Wolfpack testing the waters themselves and spreading early on, trying to use the whole width of this field. Jamie Thackeray offloaded to the wrong person, gives possession to the Wolfpack.
Dixon is just about 10 metres short of that halfway line. And now Moi looking to make up for that early mistake by making an impression on those Doncaster defenders.
I think he did.
Yep, he's left one on the floor. But Toronto carry on. Laithwaite on tackle 5. Bezic is in at dummy half. It's with Wallace now, Blake Wallace, who lifts it high.
It is high. Good to chase that one, and he knocks on the Doncaster player.
Knock on by Doherty.
Great kick. Put some snow on this one. Snow can possibly be seen in this kind of weather.
So the tap.
Knock on.
Toronto just arranging themselves here.
I think the referee's asked them to wait for the Doncaster player that's still down there, the halfway line.
Yeah.
Thackeray? Yeah, Jamie Thackeray.
Thackeray Moi collision. You wouldn't want to be in the middle of that, would you?
No. I'm sat here.
It's a bell ringer. But he's going to be okay. He's going to be okay. Remember, they have the rule in rugby league now that if there's any worries about the head knock, the concussion, he'd be off the field for a full investigation. But they're clearly happy. He's okay to carry on, and he is as well. It's with Wallace and now Jacks and QLT getting involved, and Hall is put down 10 metres away from that Doncaster line. Laithwaite, well met.
Good tackle.
In defence.
Sharif, wasn't it? Or was it Tarley?
So here they come again. Towards the centre. Moi. He's going to be held up less than 10 away. Bezic stands and waits. Plenty to the left. Bezic's got to go by himself here. And I think he's in to get over. Yes, he is. The referee, Mr. Roberts, points the finger. And in the early stages, 3 minutes play, Toronto have their first try.
Well, Coach Thornton will be disappointed with goal line defence here. He's spoken about it before the game. Boz Bezic's give you the big see you later, the big dummies, throwing himself at the line, and they just can't defend it, the Doncaster players. So a few question marks. A big dummy from Bezic, he throws it, everybody goes except Bezic. He goes the other way and dives over. Try scoring machine, Bob Bezic.
So a kick underneath the sticks here. It's a settler, isn't it? Sort of quieten things down. There was a big noise going on for the Doncaster fans, but they're quietened down momentarily. Craig Hall, whose point scoring has been sensational so far this year. That's his 62nd point of the year. 23rd goal of the year.
Well, it's a great start from the Wolfpack. The skill's been a little bit off, a little bit wayward in relation to finding balls out in front, etc. But there's a big dummy from Bob Bezic, and the Doncaster defence need to do a whole lot better than that. Tonks on the line there. First came back for a while. He wouldn't want Bob Bezic running at him there, so he's needed a bit of help in that department.
There's the restart, and here comes Moi again to run it back.
Why is rugby league so good? For people like Fui. Big collision in the middle, scatters the pigeons. What a great carry.
And here's Emmett to carry it on again. Put down 20 short of the halfway line. They're looking left and looking to get Dixon through. Just a little bit of a stumble. Down he goes. Back with Wallace, and an inside ball that tests the resolve of those Doncaster defenders. And it's going to be a penalty here. Bussey should have been allowed to get up and play the ball quicker. The referee decides, so penalty for...
I think it's a good call from the referee. Bussey's broken the line. He's won the right to play the ball quickly, and the Doncaster defenders were all over him. Thackeray again, I think, and just couldn't quite get off the ground, put his arms and his paws up to try and stop Bussey. So there's a penalty to the Wolfpack. And here's Fui Moi again against through Thackeray
ripping
again.
His way through.
Wow.
Unstoppable. We've seen him do that a time or two already this season. in those Toronto colours. He's back after 2 weeks off, but he's back with a bang. Wow. Second try for the Wolfpack in the space of a couple of minutes.
Well, let me tell you what that's all about. That's all about that man. He's picked out Jamie Thackeray on a number of occasions. Came off second best last time, Jamie. He's a bit cruel to point the bone again there at Jamie Thackeray, but he runs straight at him and says, Connor Scott, you can help me this time. And unfortunately, when he's in this kind of move with the leg speed he's got and the bump that he's got, he doesn't even need his support player, QLT. Watch this, fans. Boom. Great running skills from Fui Fui Moi Moi.
A desperate last-ditch attempt by Connor Scott, but he wasn't going to stop him, was he? Wow, already needs a drink. A little bit of refueling going on for Fui Fui. 10-0. Toronto dashing out to that early lead. And Craig Hall looking to add the 2, and he does. The perfect start from Toronto's point of view. 12-0 they lead, and they're scoring almost at 2 points a minute at the moment.
Well, you've got to weigh him up. You've got to weigh him up on Fui Fui Moi Moi. If you try to go high, he's too strong, and he's done that right across the world of rugby league, in the National Rugby League in Australia, in Super League, in the Championship last year for Lee. You go high on Fui, and you could end up on your backside.
Well, this is where the resolve of Doncaster is really going to be tested now, isn't it? A lot of senior players out there, a lot of experienced players. Tom Carr with a restart here. They have to settle themselves down, don't they, and find a response and put some big hits in like that.
Puts Lathwaite on his backside.
Oh, it's a penalty.
I think it's a harsh call, that.
It's a penalty.
I think it was a harsh call. I think Lathwaite's bounced off the ball and probably dropped it. Maybe he's had a call from the linesman. Let's have a look at this Bussy on the charge and getting up to play the ball. And well, there is a point that Scott may have just jammed his arm in there and knocked the ball out when he was getting up to play it. So,
well, that doesn't do any favours for Doncaster. Toronto.
Good tackle. Well
building from the halfway line here. Wallace, and now from dummy half goes Betting with a little dance and a dash, and Emmett's lining himself up in that acting half position. They're loving the sunshine at the moment, the Wolfpack. It's Dixon, 30 away. QLT inside now for Wallace, and a drive by Emmett.
They've really got to hold out this set if they can, Doncaster. Like you said there, they've got to find some resolve.
It's with Jacks, and QLT with a quick ball to Hall, and Hall will come searching back towards the middle, and he gets the offload away. Lola Tagagai is, well, he'll have enjoyed a few times here, wouldn't he, in his old Sheffield days when he would have been involved in local derbies against Doncaster. He knows this pitch very well. Now it comes left again. Wallace looking, and it's a big surge, and the offload, and enough done by Worthington. No, he didn't put it down. Referee says knock on.
Well, Wallace is over the line. He's done great to find the offload here. Out to Jacks, out to his partner in crime, Wallace. Wallace goes for the line, tries to get the ball down, flicks it to Worthington. We didn't quite see whether it went down or not. Referee has adjudicated that he didn't. And it's Doncaster with the ball. Your go with the ball, Donny.
Needing to make an impression here. Sharif joining in from the wing. Now it's Castle, thundering it forward to Mark Castle. Third spell here, former Wakefield Academy player Mark Castle. Going through hands to try and find a way on that left-hand side. Tarley to his feet. Castle's involved again. So in his spell on the field, he wants to get through as much work as he possibly can. Keswick, left to Carr. Carr looking for a settler with a kick to the corner.
That's not a bad kick, is it, from Carr? They're looking for a rest. They've been under a maelstrom. Does Worthington get the ball down here? I think he did. However, he's adjudicated that he's knocked it on. Referee makes the right decision, was in a good place. He's closer than us, even though we've got those super zoom HR cameras. HR, is it? High resolution, is that right?
No idea. Your tech spec is much higher than mine, Brian. Might have been a forward pass in that build-up anyway. That might have been a forward pass from Blake Wallace.
Maybe. Anyway, it was adjudicated. No try. Get on with the game. Doncaster have done that. Played the ball predominantly down their left side and found a sideline kick so they can regroup and have a look what's been happening.
Oh, they're kicking early. The shot play here, and it's one for Liam Kay to chase, and we know he's got a bit of toe. Oh, he catches, but can't keep the ball from going out of play.
Well, that's a brave play on play one. well executed, other than the kick went out of play, because Liam Kay had the run on his opposite number, had his run on, was it Doherty? Yeah, he's got the run on Doherty, and he's down there. All this has to do is stay in the field of play, and he regathers the ball, but risk and reward if you don't nail the kick, which he didn't there. Doncaster again now with a play one scrum.
Well, they are attempting to be entertainers, aren't they? Paul Rowley's Toronto this year. It's been his style of coaching in his career. Here's Tarley. Jason Tarley.
Good carry, Tarley. The Papua New Guinean, isn't he?
Yep, at Newcastle last year. That's Newcastle up the road from here, up the A1, not Newcastle Thunder in Australia. It's Mark Castle, 30 metres away. Boy, Doncaster could do with a reward from this set. And Thackeray will take that in again. Powerfully done. And the referee's given a penalty. I think it was for the involvement of Fui with a shoulder charge, maybe.
No, I think he's saying he's offside.
Oh, right.
Fui doesn't get involved. It's an offside call, maybe on Fui Moi.
Here we go, Scott driving it in, and Scott inside of where he wants to go here. Connor Scott, another of those ex-Sheffield players, and another penalty. We're seeing a lot of whistle at the start of this game. Another penalty.
The referee's stamping his authority. There's some things he wants, some things he doesn't.
Here they go, left. Toronto's defence is being tested here. Cross inside again for Castle. Keswick rolling in at dummy half here, flicking it back to Howden, and Howden trying to just find a way through, but defenders coming in left, right and centre to make sure he's stopped and held up. Keswick again, short pass for Thackeray to really have a blast. Oh, he's knocked it on over the line. Again, the ref in a good position, and decides
7 plays,
not under control. The tap's allowed to be played quickly.
Great restart from Bussey. Thackeray's over the line, he's just to get it down, and he just drops it. Jamie Thackeray, he's box office for sure.
So Bussey and Thackeray, they'd have been teammates last year, wouldn't they?
They would.
At London. Kay stands and waits. There's a little search to find if there's anything going from that dummy half position. It's not a bad carry there. He's taken his side 30 metres away.
And remember, they get the extra tackle from the 20-metre restart because of the error in the in goal.
Emmets will be pushed out of the way by Bezic, who delivers the pass to Wallace, and Wallace with a step looking to find the gap between those bone-crunching defenders, but the bones are crunched, and cleverly back to QLT. Oh, it's Emmett who's dropped it. I think it went backwards. The referee says play on. Laithwaite picks up, and that's
back to 6. They got lucky there. Laithwaite, not renowned for his kicking game, but gets a result.
Bussey, just a settler, right in front of the sticks, so options left and right here for Toronto. It's with Jacks again. Hall holding the ball up, but unable to promote it further from where he was. And now Pownall collects, and Jacks again, and a little dash by Bezic, but enough done.
What's he saying here? He sends a trip.
He was given a penalty against Thackeray.
He got sidestepped with Thackeray and he's tripped him.
Yeah, tripped. So on they go. It's another set of 6 effectively. Toronto, they're going to really push, and Bussey is over to score. It was the sheer weight of pressure there. What was that? 3 back-to-back sets. Something had to give, and Bussey makes sure it did.
Well, he's too strong near the line. Jacks goes at the line. Bussey gets a one-on-one on Scott, I think it is, and just bumps him out of the way and gets over the line. Well, it's Tonks that he bumps out of the way, and when you go high on any of these Toronto players, it's going to be real hard because they've got strong upper bodies. They're in the gym every other day of the week, and it's a tough ask, so you've got to get your technique right, hit underneath the ball, smother the ball. If you have to take them over the line with you, you need to think about that strategy. But that was right. That was weight of pressure, Dave. You're quite right. Weight of pressure. It's just like those constant backline shots from tennis players. It just tells in the end, doesn't it? Playing from the baseline, the power game.
Brian Noble's impression there of a backline tennis shot. You nearly hit him in the face.
I've never played tennis.
Don't try.
It's table tennis.
Hall with a conversion here. This will be goal number 25 for the league season. And remember, we're only in game number 4 for the Wolfpack, so he's averaging over 6 goals a game at the moment. And we've still plenty to go here. 18 points to 0.
Well, this is a different angle of the bus he carry, and Mason Tonks hasn't played for a while. He'd probably be a little bit rusty, but at this level it's so unforgiving. You get someone near the line who comes at you and your technique's slightly off, then you're going to be punished.
Missed a lot of the pre-season, Gary Thornton was saying earlier, as the Doncaster coach. Tonks missed a lot of the pre-season, and he's such an important player for Doncaster, so it's a case of working him back to fitness in these weeks now he's back. But Doncaster going for something a little adventurous to try and get the ball back, but they've lost possession again. Here's Jacks.
We need to concentrate a little bit here. Doncaster trying to get into the rhythm again. They haven't quite got into the rhythm of the game at the moment, have they, because of a couple of misses defensively. And
Emmett stepping inside again here. Bezic, as we heard earlier, Sean Penkovic, a new signing, so he'll be vying for that dummy half role within matches in weeks to come. Bezic, 6 tackle. Worthington puts the little kick, and it's a good one as well. It needs dealing with, and Tom Carr hacks it away to concede a dropout underneath the sticks.
He had no option, Tom Carr. So this is the challenge for you if you're in a blue and yellow jumper at the moment. The prowess of the Wolfpack is they're going to test you every facet of a player and every part of the game, and it's going to be for 80 minutes. So you've got to aim up and concentrate. As much about your mental concentration to try and grind your way into the game as it is about anything else. You're not going to get a play-off. When Jake Emmett comes at you at the middle, he's going to sidestep and challenge you. He's going to put challenges right across the board to your team.
3 wins so far this season for Doncaster ahead of this at home to Coventry, at the North Wales side, where we're heading next Friday, by the way. North Wales against Toronto next Friday, Good Friday, and they beat Hunslet here, did Doncaster, in a really tight game, 29-24 in their last match. But this is altogether a different test for them here today so far. Dixon, and it's a forward pass, so there's a little light relief for Doncaster. Forward pass to get the ball back.
They're called by the touchy. 50-50 call. Doncaster get that one.
Jeremy Thackeray's having a little conversation with some of those he's going to pack down with.
I think he's saying it's the pass from dummy half from Bezic to Dixon. There's a duty forward. Yeah. Bob Bezic gives that stunningly brutal look towards the referee again, but he ain't going to get away with it. Forward pass.
So Doncaster with a lot of work to do here to get themselves out of this particular patch of the field that they simply don't want to be in. Keswick, the dummy half. Can't be many times that Bob Bezic has come up against an opposition hooker whose name rhymes with his. Bezic and Keswick, one on either side.
Let's see if we can find an occasion when they actually do go head to head with a clash or a tackle or a run.
Keswick here puts it back on the inside for Mason Tonks to try and pick the path of least resistance, but resistance remains firm. And now it's taken on by Russ Spears, who's on from the interchange bench. Keswick. There's the kick away by Jordan Howden.
It's a good kick, wasn't it? Managed to find space between 3 exciting backfield players here.
Well, QLT has got a little bit of space here, but it closes quickly. The blue and yellow in his face. And collected by Kay. This is taking his time to get behind the play the ball. There he is, just in an offside position as Bezic runs past him.
Was he tackled by Keswick then?
Worthington, yeah, Bezic tackled by Keswick. I think we can leave that one now, can't we? Yep. Wallace goes back, and Emmett puts it to Hall, and Hall is asking. Oh, it's a good offload again, and Jacks 30 yards from the Doncaster line, but only 1 play to go here. So what do Toronto do? They kick from Bezic high, get their chasers after this if they go. Oh, it's allowed to bounce.
That's gone out on the full.
By Louis Sheriff. Yep. Well, right decision then. Absolutely right decision. Louis Sheriff. He's had an interesting career. Kingston Rovers Junior, Louis Sheriff. I think he played in the Super League a handful of times, and then he went off to Australia and played for the Redcliffe Dolphins. Bit of an adventure. Came back. Dewsbury, Newcastle, and now he's signed for Doncaster this year.
I hope he takes this the right way, but he's a strange shape for a winger.
Well, he's a utility back.
Ah, right, okay. That explains it.
You can pop him anywhere, I think.
Not that you should have to be any type of shape to be a winger, but
Yeah.
he intimates the size and shape of him that he's got a bit of power in his game, a bit of excitement, blockbusting.
This is Liam Wellham. Brother Chris, of course, with Salford these days. Keswick stands and waits again, looking to deliver. Thackeray's involved, but gets the pass to the man by his side.
That's a good carry, wasn't it? The back of Thackeray's pass.
It's Kieran Cross, isn't it? And it's a penalty as well. Penalty as well. Well, I wonder how long before we see Geordie Hedges coming on here. I suppose they'll be looking to get a little bit more of a foothold in the forwards battle before they bring on the young halfback.
Well, they've got that here, and it's a play 5 penalty from the Wolfpack, which is not the best play.
Well, dummy shown by Kieran Cross, who is by trade a hooker, but playing at scrum half today. Spears to Castle. Castle's doing a job. Doncaster desperately needing something from this kind of a moment to lift their spirits, and a step by Spears, but stepping into trouble. Defenders there, Keswick. A couple of tackles still to go, and another barnstorming effort attempted, but again, Toronto have it covered. It's going to take more than sheer muscularity, you'd think, to get through. Keswick with a little grubber kick, but QLT drops on it, and Toronto back in possession.
Well, just for our viewers in Canada and right across the UK or wherever you're watching this show, it's important to recognise that the Wolfpack really defend well as well. So not only do you have to be good defensively yourself when you play them, that you're going to have to ask some questions yourself as well with the ball, and I'm not sure that was the right decision either from Dixon. So a couple of decisions, a play 5 penalty and an offload decision there has given Doncaster that opportunity now to have a foothold in the Wolfpack half.
Little lad will be coming on in a minute. There he is, new to the game, Michael Yazoo. The Toronto players always say treat him gently, because he's he's yet to find his feet. Yeah, as soon as a scrum has broken up, Michael Yazoo will come on. The great Michael Yazoo, ex-Papua New Guinea international. He's 39 in a year, by the way. 39 years of age. What a career.
Makes Jamie Thackeray look like a pup, doesn't he?
He does. 7 years, 8 years at Hull Kingston Rovers, McKaylee, and Halifax for a while. And
I wonder what the New Guinean is for Young'un when he goes on and he's speaking to Jamie Thackeray on the field. Follow my lead, Young'un.
So it's head and feed for Doncaster. Toronto having to stand under the new rules, of course, 10 yards back from the scrum. So a chance for them to make something happen here, a little creatively.
Big carry from Tarley, wasn't it?
Keswick. And across it goes towards Charlie Martin, but he's swarmed around by those Toronto defenders. Keswick again. Here's Cross. And a step. Not taking them much closer.
I think this is their big play now. Doncaster to set the game up.
Thackeray drives it in, looks for the offload. Keswick's there. Left it comes again to Spears. Spears head down. But the industry of Toronto's defence still holding them out. Keswick with a short one again, and a big surge and urge.
It's Tarley again, wasn't it?
Jason Tarley just held up, 6 tackle. Cross puts the grubber kick in. Oh, too hard.
Wow.
Too hard. The half volley from Kieran Cross flies out of play. Tap back on the 20.
They asked some questions there, didn't they, Doncaster? But the last play wasn't good enough. So 2 sets on their own line. So the Wolfpack rightly now. Here we go. Here we see Jason Tarley. Wow. Do your best, the Wolfpack, and they do. QLT has to get in there and smother the ball before he puts it over the line.
So Toronto looking to build from deep again here. Craig Hall on that right-hand side is dealt with. Interchanges going through, as you can see. Penalty for the offside. Toronto's defence.
The markers weren't square.
Doncaster's defence, I should say.
It was adjudicated that Charlie Martin there wasn't playing by the rules that the referee has wanted, so they get to walk back. Defender set in their own half instead of defending a set in the Toronto half. So field position for the Wolfpack.
18-0. At the moment, Toronto, and Wallace with a testing run, but grabbed a hold of and pulled down by Tonks, and now it comes left, and Here's Kay. Not given much room in which to work there.
He did well to sit down, didn't he?
Wallace. Emmett. We've always called him Jake, but I think his mum prefers Jacob. So maybe we should defer to that particular pronunciation of his name. Here it comes again, QLT makes the room. And the Doncaster players have already started the inquest before almost Kay got the pass to score.
Smart
Liam Kay skipping in.
Well, QLT is the difference here. They have a crack at the short side. Dixon knows he's coming around from the open side, so they're lying to the open side. Bezic comes to the short side. QLT wraps around and creates the 3-on-2, which ends up being a 2-on-1 for Liam Kay to go underneath the sticks, or pretty much underneath the sticks, untouched. So here you see QLT coming around the back. They get attracted by the centre Worthington, which leaves Liam Kay in space to put the ball over the line. Here we go, seeing it 2-on-1 in the end on QLT. It was a 3-on-2 initially, and 2 Doncaster players go for the one centre, which was Greg Worthington.
Well, Liam Kay, that's his 5th league try of the season. So he's now joined with Johnny Pownall as Toronto top scorer. 5 tries apiece. Doncaster have got over for a few. Kieran Cross, Jason Tully, they're both on 4 tries as well already this season. So they have the ability to cross that whitewash, but at the moment it's stopping the opposition cross their whitewash that is causing the problems. Hall looking for his 4th successive success. Oh, he's just not quite happy with the way the ball is on the tee. It might have blown off the tee, so they'll have to go again.
There is a bit of a wind out there that we haven't mentioned that we should really. That I don't know who it favours, I'll be quite honest with you. It seems to be swirling quite a bit.
Ball takes that into account, hits the post, and it goes right across the face of the goal and stays out. So 3 out of 4, but already at 22-0. No team has scored more than 21 against Toronto this year. So they're already given that stat in a match-winning lead, but Doncaster will have a say about that.
Well, it's virgin territory for, okay, if somebody's going to put 22 points against the Wolfpack, then it may be Doncaster today. They've got to believe that.
That's in the league, by the way, for London Broncos supporters ring in. Well, that's come off for Doncaster. Short kick-off, relatively speaking. Charlie Martin comes down with ball in hand, and Michaeli Azu with his first effort with ball in hand. So Doncaster looking for a very quick response to that 4th try conceded. Keswick, here's Cross. Oh, it's gone to grab. Sure, he went backwards.
I thought it went backwards too. I think Haugen thinks it was backwards as well, but he's going to have to take the punishment. The ref says, nah, you knocked it on, mate.
The bottom line is catch it, and you take all doubt out of it, don't you? If you catch the ball. So the body language of a man who's having a frustrating day in a team that's having a frustrating day. We big this up as being a real test for Toronto here today. So far, anything but. 22-0 with 28 minutes played. They've risen to the challenge of the Wolfpack. They really have. Doncaster just trying to hold on. Swift out of dummy half and on to Dixon. Bezic looks inside to Steve Crossley, who's relatively fresh from the interchange bench.
Well, Crossley and Sidlow are out there on the interchange, and for the Doncaster forward, it's not the biggest rest that you'd want to see those 2 blokes coming on the field as well.
That is Sidlow. Bossy on the sidelines with his hands on his hips and taking deep gulps of air, having done a lot of hard work so far. Here's QLT. A little soft-handed pass to him, and can't find a way through, so they keep it alive by going left. But Dixon chopped down. 6 tackle coming up. Worthington with a kick back towards the middle. The jagged bounce makes it awkward. Oh, yes! No.
He's offside.
Wallace thought he got that. He's offside. Offside.
Wallace was offside.
That offside decision has just robbed us of a sensational try.
Unbelievable finish, wasn't it? He's saying that Blake Wallace is offside. He was offside. It's the right call.
Oh.
back-to-back penalties. To give Doncaster a chance to have some respite from their goal line defence.
Kicked out of play by Carr. Doncaster with a tap restart inside their opponent's half. What can they make of this now? Can they make an impression? Tonks with the initial drive. Ryan Wright on from the bench, the ex-Dewsbury man in that hooking role now. Cross going left and then comes back down the middle. Oh, it's been knocked on. Knocked on, getting excited.
That is a free play, is it?
Worthington searching out. Yep, that was the free play. The referee just signalling that the set starts from here. Kay and QLT came on the angle, and that pace, and off he goes. The footwork.
Has he got the legs?
It's
Has he got the toe?
And the pace. Turley makes the tackle, and somehow QLT twists around. That was like a fairground ride. The Big Dipper, the Twister, the bumper cars, they were all in there. And QLT gets the touchdown in the end. And it's 26-0.
Still taking, what a pass from Liam Kay here. Going at the line, going like QLT, times his run to perfection. Great right foot step. Carr has no chance, and you think he's cruising him, but Tarley's done all the hard work and ankle taps him, and unfortunately, Doherty just can't get to his man at the end there to finish off the hard work from Tarley. Ankle taps him, but he does the somersault and gets over the line, and it's another super try from the Wolfpack.
Quentin Lola Tagagai with the try, and Craig Hall will look to add another 2 here, adding to his enormous tally. He's put the ball over the stands as well, so some kid will be happy days behind that stand. Suddenly a ball falls in his hand. Ooh, what's this? 28-0.
Great right foot step from Tagagai, and he's away and he's sprinting through, and Tarley does amazingly well to get there from the other centre. He just had too much momentum, was allowed to get up, wasn't tackled, and put the ball down.
Well, Barrow led League One at the start of the day, courtesy of their victory against Workington this weekend. But I think Toronto might be going top tonight, because they're going to be level on points with Barrow, but the points difference is stacking up enormously in Toronto's favour. Crossley, that's going to be a great game, isn't it, when Toronto go up against Barrow? But we keep saying about these challenges that the Wolfpack have to face, but they keep ticking them off and providing quality, and there Ryan Wright knocking on.
So if I'm Ryan Wright, I'm thinking, I knocked that back. So if we look at this here, there's the offload from Emmett. Bozic tries to replicate it. Did he knock that back?
Yeah, came off his leg, didn't it?
Yeah.
Not backwards, hit his leg.
I didn't think he would run that far anyway in this heat.
I think he could have walked it, to be fair, because he was so far ahead of anyone else.
Russ Spears was trying to encourage the referee to say, well, did he knock that back? And the ref said, nah, no chance. I got that one right.
Referee's just pointing to a ball on the field. Get rid of that before we can carry on. And a little lad comes on. He's run 30 yards from one side, kicked it, barely made it. There he is.
There's a kid only 5 metres away on the other touchline. Why didn't he go for it?
Big effort. He's going to need an interchange now, that ball boy, because he's put a big spell in there. Oh, look at
great
that.
Step from
Wallace with a step, and he's left them grasping at thin air. It is another sparkling Toronto try. Blake Wallace's name is up in lights this time. They are tearing the heart out of Doncaster here today. The Wolfpack have saved their best for the South Yorkshire Sunshine.
Well, this is an exhibition sidestep. He sees the big front rower. They don't get out of the scrum quick enough. I think it's Tonks again, is it? Or Charlie Martin, is it? That's defending one off the scrum. Blake Wallace thinks, I got a chance here. Puts on the big left foot step, and boom, off he goes underneath the H's. Good speed, good step, good decision.
So Wallace, the ex-Illawarra Cutters man, with a try for the scrapbook. And Craig Hall with yet another kick that is good. It's 5 out of 6.
Well, watch this. That's right, isn't it? Trying to go from the base of the scrum. I think it's Martin that's won off. It might be Tonks, not quite sure. But there's still enough space there for Wallace to think, I'm going to have a crack at this. I'm going to put my left foot step on here. I'm going to go to get myself into top gear and have a crack. And that having a crack resulted in 6 points for the Wolfpack.
So the restart from Carr again. Boy, he's had some practice at that today, hasn't he? He's gone long and gone short, and I think this time it was just like, oh, let's kick it as long as we can and try and keep them down there now for the rest of this half. There's 6 minutes of the first half remaining.
It's a good tackle from Azu. Fui's back on the field.
Back on again. I think he's won that one, but then he's lost the ball, and it bounces off Azu.
Zero tackle.
Back with Doncaster. So right at dummy half, Geordie Hodges on the field. Penalty. There we see him, the number 7, the big number 7. I think we'd have to describe him. Geordie Hodges, he's only 21.
He's a big unit, isn't he?
So the penalty given, the tap's taken. Here's Liam Wellham, 20 metres out. Ryan Wright, dummy half. Michael Azu's pawing the ground, but it doesn't go to him. It goes behind him and into the hands of Cross. And now they come on in their numbers in the shape of Tali, who's put down 10 away. Wright, going right. Dummy by Spears. Couple of tackles in the back here. Doncaster prime position. Howden gets it away. It's still alive. Oh, it's knocked on before he got to Wellham.
He did knock that one forward. A miscommunication or a missed patch. But that's a tough catch for Mason Tonks to try to take on the fly. It's down behind his hip and touches the ball and goes forward. So another disappointing finish there for the Doncaster team. Just can't quite build enough pressure to enable them to crack this black wall that's emerging in front of them.
I wonder what he's thinking at the moment, Gary Thornton. How do you fix this? It's beyond broken at the moment in terms of this match, but Doncaster have to get something out of this, don't they? To try and lift them ahead of the busy Easter weekend. Here's Johnny Pownall dashing and dancing, and just enough done there by Carr to hold up his progress with the ankle tap, and now the man from the other side, Liam Kay's getting involved.
They've been outstanding this season, haven't they, Pownall and Kay?
They could easily be doing a job in Super League this year, I'm sure. It's with Dixon.
Done him.
Worthington. Tagagai. Quentin Lola Tagagai. Here's Wallace. Will that look forward?
Good to me as well.
Crossley gets the offload. Well read, though. Terrifically.
Right, was it?
Well read. To get that ball back again. Ryan Wright.
That was a good read, definitely.
And a penalty offside.
Yeah, just a couple of bit of loose bits there from the Toronto Wolfpack.
Well, he certainly had a determination there, didn't he? Mason Tonks wanted to get in and amongst the Toronto defenders as quickly as possible. Right out of acting half again. Howden. Now Cross. As we said, Geordie Hedges is on the field. We've yet to see a telling touch as he just gets the pace of the game. He's not played for 4 weeks, of course, hasn't Geordie Hedges, because of that suspension. Here he is now, just pushing it forward, and getting his side within 10 metres here. Ryan Wright is the man at dummy half. Michael Azu put a big right foot step on himself, but he's bounced to the ground. Sixth tackle is the next. So Wright goes out, puts the kick in, which hits the knees. Does it? No. The referee says knock on by Fui. So it'll be another set here for Doncaster.
Fui's thankful that he didn't have to go. He was in the clear there. He's glad he's knocked that one on. Coming off his knees, he's gone, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's thinking, goodness, I'm not going that far. Pointing to the end of the sticks.
Might have turned around to the referee and said, I knocked that on, sir. Well, here's a position Doncaster have. The Wolfpack defending on their own line at the moment from this scrum. So, a lot of space, a lot of options. What can they make here? Carr just trying to trick his way through. Wright at acting half. Goes backwards again, and dummies being thrown, but none bought by that Toronto defence. So here's Wright again, a little general's roll at the back of the ruck to spin it out all the way to Howden, who puts it back on the inside and spears, but he's being wrapped around. Still 3 tackles to go. Howden with a chip towards that right-hand side. He's gone early. Kay has taken it.
I think that's a try.
But then has he been mucked in mid-air? Yes, he has. And it's Sam Doherty who's going to claim that one. Well, great wingers try. Kick early in the count, but it was a gamble that has paid off.
Doherty's leapt above, or leapt as far as Liam Kay has here. You think he's controlled the ball here, Liam Kay, but full credit to Doherty. Takes it off in mid-air. But did he put it down? Would be my question. But the referee says he did. The touchy says he did. We'll get to see some clearer pictures. Liam Kay tries to clean it up. He's on his own. Offensive man generally has the benefit there. Takes the ball off him. Fair enough. Doesn't adjudicate. Did he get it down? But he did, because it's on the board as a 4-pointer. So there's the take. Great play from Doherty. Out jumps his defensive winger.
Well, a bit of relief and a bit of joy and a few smiles on those Doncaster faces as a result of that. They've avoided the ignominy of being nilled in this game, and having done that, the climb back into it begins. They are a long, long way back. Peter Sands at half-time will wait for his kick before they head to the dressing rooms. Tom Carr. Carr hits that very, very well. That's a super kick from the touchline from Tom Carr. It's his 13th of the season, so he's clearly got the boots this year. It's a little moment of relief, and a little moment that might just lift Doncaster for the challenge of the second half. 6 points for them, 34 for the Toronto Wolfpack. We're going to be grabbing an interview in just a moment.